Thank you so much for joining in. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for the opportunity today. It is Sunday, November 16th of the year 2025. For the people that they have been asking consistently if I am okay. Uh, yes, as you can see, I'm alive. Everything is good. We had in some kind of an explosive pepper ball that is like a huge explosive device, a little thing that is called petardo, and it landed on one of our sides right here on this side. I have a huge, big, purple spot right here, and a police officer threw a rock into my ankle, and I have a severe sprained ankle. I went to the doctor already, and tomorrow is a day of work, so we got to go back to work. So I would greatly appreciate, guys, if you can donate and contribute today. I'm trying to get back home, so it will be a lot of help. There is the link right there, my Buy Me a Coffee link. We have done an enormous work over here, and I will show you the video so you guys can be, satisfied that we have done an incredible coverage. But I will appreciate if you guys can contribute, please, and help me out. So, complete disaster. Before I put out the video, a complete disaster of a protest, not because of the people, because of the authorities, because of the oppression of the authorities, because Claudia Sheinbaum never thought that there were going to be hundreds of thousands protesting nationwide. She never thought that Gen Z was going to be the generation that it was going to flip on her, and it completely did. And she never thought that this day was going to come. And oh, surprise, the majority of the people that they were protesting, they were young men, young kids. And hold on, let me just tell my manager that I am live at YouTube so she can know I am live in YouTube. Like to come. And she never thought that this will be a complete change. She's being accused by the majority of the population of being a narco president. She's being accused from, third age people, people from 50, 60, 40, 30, 20s, in their teens, being accused of being a narco president. And it was thousands of them. We landed here on Friday, and we knew that it was going to be big, but I never thought that it was going to end up in this way. Never thought that I was going to be present in something that it was historical, never is seen in our lives. And the oppression by the authorities was completely, incredibly aggressive. It was, you guys are not even going to understand what am I about to show you, that there were some infiltrated agitators as all protests, but the lack of professionalism, the lack of training of the officials of the police, the irresponsibility of throwing rocks and going hand by hand with the protesters and the Gen Z people, that they were protesting against a government that it is being accused of being a narco government. And it's not only just one person, it is hundreds of thousands of them. And it was a full protest nationwide. And it is unbelievable that today Gen Z put an example that I never thought that it could be the solution. I was in the coverage. Let me tell an experience. I was doing an X Space right now when I was saying that in particular. I was in the coverage and they gassing. I was gassed. I'm going to put a video how many times I was gassed in the face. And when that, explosive landed on my chest and I had to ducked down, it dropped me down, and I had to get some oxygen because I was almost going to pass out. But on that one particular moment, I had to back up. And there were a couple of young guys in 1920s, Gen Z. And, you know, and I was sitting down and I said, violence is never the answer. And I don't think that this is the answer, guys. And they looked at me and said, sir, and it is different because people in the United States have lived a complete different life that we have lived. And he looked and he said, you have done a good job. They tapped me on the back. And I looked at him and that's like, what do you mean? It's like, they said, this is our time. This is the only way that they are going to listen. And this is the only way that the world it is going to know what we are going through. If we don't do it like this, they're never going to listen. You guys have done your protests peacefully, patiently, with a purpose of fixing it. And it has never been fixed. And I will tell you, Miss Maddie, thank you so much. I hope that I can message you later on. And I can tell you one thing right now. I looked at him and I said, I don't think that it's going to work. And ladies and gentlemen, it worked. It worked because the message, it is all over the world. What happened today, it is all over the media. And everybody knows that this president oppresses his people, completely tarnishes the human right to protest. And you're going to see some video that I'm about to show lastly of how some police officers that were dragging a woman, beating up a Gen Z man that was yelling, Viva Carlos Manzo. Carlos Manzo, it is the mayor that got assassinated. That is particularly the reason why this lit up a fire in the whole country, because this mayor was fighting the cartel and it was asking for the president for help. And she never gave him help. And they were mistreated. There was a 16-year-old that a petardo, this explosive, the same that landed on my chest, landed on her leg. Completely disgraceful. I will put the video first of how the protest started. Then after that, I will put the video of the report that I did on my page on X on what happened. Then I will put the video of how many times I got gassed. So you guys can understand the risk that we took on this broadcast and on this coverage. Enjoy this video. It's 1 minute and 20 some seconds. And I had to compress 3 hours of footage in videos like this, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You know, it's just amazing. Somebody saying your face is swollen. Yes, I had some pepper sprayed, bullets of pepper spray, gas. You guys are going to see the video why my face is like this. Yesterday, my eye socket was all green. All this part was green. You know, I have been laying on the bed the whole day because my body feels like it got beat up. And it's just, we had to risk our lives to do this. And the only reason why we did it is because we want to change for our kids. I want to change for my son. I want a country that I can offer something. And this tells you, to all people that live in the United States, it tells you the hunger of people that they don't want to leave their home. Us, that we don't want to leave Mexico. We want to stay in our country and make it great. And on Saturday, Gen Z put an example that they don't want to go. They don't want to be those people that say, I had to migrate. You know, I had to go this way. I had to migrate to Europe. I had to migrate to Canada. I had to go illegally to the United States. They don't want to do that. They want to stay home. And this is a clear example of how we can make, you know, our country great. Sadly, it was not the way that I think that it was supposed to be handled. But Gen Z, and they made up a platform. Look at what they did. They created a platform, and they started pressuring the government through social media. The president started speaking about it in her morning conferences, and she was completely concerned because they did not know who was the leader. And this is Gen Z intelligence. They said, we're not going to put up a leader, because if we put up a leader, they're going to go after him, and the movement is going to be tarnished, and it is going to be done. So they don't know who we are. It is a movement of young kids that they want a better life without being for a political party. Some of them, they're Catholic, some of them they're liberal, some of them they're libertarian. Some of them, they do not care about politics. They just want to live a normal life. And this is the incredible thing about him. Put video, cut one of the coverage of the protest moving forward.
Les afecta a ustedes. Ya no sigan represando a la gente. Vénganse con nosotros.
¡Justicia! ¡Justicia! El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será. ¡Narcopresidenta! ¡Narcopresidenta! ¡Narcopresidenta!
¡Estado corrupto! ¡Un paso atrás! ¡Ni un paso atrás! ¡Ni un paso atrás!
So that was some of the video of the protest. It was like a 3-hour fraction video. There's a comment right here, and I want to correct it. And you're entitled to your opinion. Brand says, just like in the U.S., no, that's completely incorrect. This is the U.S. when the police uses tear gas or uses force to arrest is because they're fighting Antifa, or they're fighting these radical leftists, that they are against law and order. These are people that they are fighting against the narco government. And these are people that we are fighting against a regime, that we are fighting against a narco state that is controlled by the cartel. So the police officers, they are basically violating the right of our constitutional right of freedom of speech to basically say, we are not, agreeing with what you're doing with our country. And that's one of the things that I can tell you that, and I want to say a clear message to all you people that you're protesting on the No Kings protest. I thought that you guys were going to come out on Saturday and help us out. I see that it's only because of a political agenda what you guys are doing in the US. You guys are not interested of our flag. You guys are not interested of what we're going through. You guys are interested only on policies and attacking the Republicans because it's white supremacy and you're a sellout and you're a coconut and you're a bootlicker of the white man and all this stupidity language. But in the meantime, our people are getting killed. Mayors are getting killed. And we are risking our lives getting tear gas, getting hit by rocks, getting hit by rubber bullets over here, protesting against a narco government. David Fardan, okay, I will reach out to you, my brother. Thank you so much. Protesting against a narco government, risking our lives to be targeted later on. Thanks so much. People are saying, I want to donate. There's Buy Me a Coffee right there in the link. If not, you can go directly to the link. It will help a lot of people. Thank you so much. I'm asking, for help. I usually say, Buy Me Coffee is right there, but this time I'm asking for help. So this is the protest, right? The broadcast of the protest. What happened after we got there? So we get there, and there's a huge banner on the floor of basically the logo of the Gen Z. And we saw a couple of infiltrated people dressed like Antifa. It's called the Black Bloc. They're not Antifa, but they're called Black Bloc. Now, these people are exactly used as Antifa, agitate, penetrate and enter. Somebody just donated a coffee. My God, thank you so much. Kelly, thank you so much. And Anonymous, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. It will help a lot right now. Thank you for my medical and for my doctor and to take care of stuff. So we get there and there's these young kids, right? A lot of them started saying narco government, traitors to our country, narco government, traitors to our country. These are young kids, young kids. Let me put a clip right here of the protests. And I want you to look at this young kid yelling, El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. That is, the people together, we will never fall. And this is a young kid. Look at this age, because the opposition and President Sheinbaum was saying there's no young guys protesting. There's no Gen Z. You guys are lying. You guys are lying about this Gen Z. Look at this young kid.
Justicia! Justicia!
How old do you think he is? Look how old he is. He's leading the protests in one section and he's yelling justice. That's why I recorded him. And on the side, there was another one that it was 20 years old and he's walking on the side of him, and it was just accompanying him. They're both of them, they're friends. These are the kind of young men that they're tired. And why they're tired? Because they say in their own opinion, we are getting recruited by the cartel and we are killing each other. And it is unfair because I want to live a normal life. Why am I supposed to be why I have to go work to the organized crime? Why that has to be my source of exit if I don't have anything? Why? And this is the reason why they're doing it. Look at this.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo.
Look at this other kid right here on the right. Look at this other kid on the right. That's his friend. Look at this other kid wearing an American Eagle shirt. Look at this kid all the way in the back is carrying his backpack in the front. He's like 15 years old. They're in their teens. This is the Gen Z that is leading the example of Mexico, saying we have a great country. It is time for us to lead. You guys have done your work. Let us lead now. And this is the reason why, I was in a moment, I got really emotional of this protest because I started seeing all these kids, and it reminded me when I was young, and you grow up with this radicalness of, we don't have a fair government, and I hate the government, and I hate, the country that is being run by a narco government, and I don't know what to do. I don't have the opportunity that people in the US have and people in first class countries have. Why we don't have that country that we need? And you grow up like that. And these kids, they don't want to grow up like that because they have seen their fathers, their uncles, their grandpas live that life that they have to say one day, I'm sorry, son, I got to go to the US illegally, cross and look for a better opportunity because over here we're getting oppressed by the cartel. And today, people are tired. And they demonstrated that they're not going to have it anymore.
Unidos jamás será.
It's amazing. Young kids. So we get there, and it became a complete disaster. And I mean a disaster because right now you're going to see how the police officers are so oppressive with people that some of them, they deserve to be arrested and they deserve to be taken into custody. I gotta agree with that. But some of them, I will put you who were innocent. And the ones that I'm recording is because they were completely innocent. the ones that they're getting attacked by the police. But some of them, they were completely aggressive. And I'm not even going to lie about it. It was completely aggressiveness. Another one, Lori, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much. Buy me coffees right there. People, God bless you. Thank you. Thanks for your help. This is one of the things that I got to tell you, you guys are going to see how many times I got sprayed. And this is the reason why my face looks like this and how much we risk to get you this footage. This is cut 2 of the protest. It is a 5-minute video.
Oh, the Mexican young. This is how the Mexican young guys, young kids are protesting. Shooting. They're shooting toxic gas behind and all the barricades. Just shot toxic gas. Shots have been fired right here at the barricade. Shot toxic gas again. They're shooting toxic gas all over the place. Oscar Blue located right here at the epicenter of the line where the protests keep happening, and they keep shooting toxic gas outside of the barricades from the authorities into the young men like this, that they're protesting and they're demanding justice for the assassination of Carlos Manzo. What the hell was that? Madre. Ah! Woo! See, they keep shooting toxic gas. Frustration. El hartazgo, look at that. Look what they're shooting. They're shooting to the sky. My God. Shooting what? They just grabbed their hose. They keep shooting toxic gas right here. Ooh-wee. La barricada está cayendo. Wow, wow.
¡Recibir abrazos, culero! ¡Vamos a rodearlo!
Unbelievable, the confrontation. The National Guard is being pushed back right now. As they are rushing forward. ¿Qué te pasó? Piedras. Nada más esto. Aquí están agarrándose, peleándose fuertemente con un joven entre varios. Vean nada más. 10 para 1. Vaya, Dios mío, esto. Vean nada más esto, hombre. Vean esto, nada más. Vean esto, hombre. Qué bárbaro, golpeadísimo este joven, hombre.
Yo no hice nada, por favor.
Ve nada más cómo lo tiene. Ya son como 10, hombre.
Levántalo, cárgalo bien. Cárgalo.
¿Podemos parar, por favor? Yo no hice nada. Yo no le pegué a nadie.
Y avanza la barricada aquí. Otro más acá. Que agarran uno. El puesto se lo acaban de tirar. Lo están golpeando brutalmente. Oscar Blue for Real America's Boys News in the governmental palace. A complete disaster. A protest to demand justice for the insecurity and the cartel violence that has been exacerbated and growing around the whole country behind of policies of all hugs, no bullets, of saying to the population, this is what you provoke, from saying to the population that you cannot go to war with the cartels because it is illegal.
So I want to return the video right here. Amazing footage. It's incredible. I don't even know how many times I got gassed. You see this explosive landed on my chest and then landed on the floor and exploded. Thank God that it did not land it on my face. Also, several colleagues, journalists, that were hit with rocks by the police. It was the most irresponsible thing. How can you, if they're throwing rocks at you, the police was throwing the rocks back to nowhere, not knowing that on the back of this barricade where there were the young guys going at it with them, there were people that they were vulnerable. They were just there to just manifest themselves and be heard. And a lot of these people were brutally hurt. Some of them, they had a concussion. Some of them, they were passed out. Some of them, they were hit in the head with huge rocks like this. There was a point where I got hurt with a rock, and I will put that footage in a few seconds on. You know, this guy, this police officer, was throwing rocks at journalists. One of the journalists that got hurt, I went at him. We were really close to the barricade where they were throwing rocks, and the rock threw him in his chest. It was a big rock like this. I saw the police officer. Before that, he threw a rock like this big, and he wanted to hit my head. Amazing. So I skipped that, and then I saw my colleague getting hurt, and I said, I gotta go ask him if he's okay. I went over there and I said, are you okay? And he said, yes. After that, the police officer threw a rock into my ankle, and it hurt me, man. I'm not even gonna lie. And I looked at him and I said, you son of a, because he was throwing it at the press. And why? They are throwing it at the press because they don't want people to record what they're doing to the citizens. The citizens that I put on this last video, on the last pieces of this video, this is where they were basically, just initially, basically going and pushing the wall. We're getting gas right here. It was getting aggressive. I was in the middle of it. I got thrown tear gas a couple of times. I got to pull out and then pull back again in. I was wearing some kind of a thing in my that it was covering up, a pañuelo. And I never thought that it was going to be like this. If I knew that these protests were going to be like this, I should have wear the protection gear. That is the helmet. That is, I don't have a helmet. I wish that I can get a helmet. And also the protection gear for the mask. Actually, there were colleagues that they were wearing, the oxygen mask and all this kind of stuff. For them to, there was a rock right there that it was thrown. close landed, complete tear gas. I got tear gas so many times. Look at this. I was just right there. This guy just walking by. You know, it was just amazing what we saw. These are young kids that they wanted to protest. You see what it says right there? Let me just go back right here in this video. I want you to see what it says right there. And they were the ones that wrote on this barricade. You know, these are the same people that they preach to the public that walls and barricades are inhuman. That walls and metal barricades violates the human rights. That the wall that Donald Trump has put between Mexico and the United States, it is completely inhuman. These are the same people. Thank you so much for the people that are sending coffees. My God, thank you so much. Let me just say thank you to Kelly. Thank you so much. Lori, thank you so much. Karen, my God, thank you so much. Anonymous says, I'm so excited to see you have Merck. Thank you. For you to buy. Vicky, thank you so much. Buy me coffees right there, people. And what does this say? It says the kids wrote that. So what she did is encapsulate the whole plaza, the whole governmental plaza. She did it as a strategy because she knew that the people were going to go at it, and then they were going to get encapsulated by just from the front and from the back. So she knew that this was going to happen, or it was going to be provoked. So what is it said right there? It says medicine. It says medicinas, asking that we need medicine. The young kids are writing on the metal wall, narco state, and also they're yet writing medicine. These kids are not asking for $70 million. They're asking for basic survival things to survive, medicine. And it is amazing that you see this confrontation from the government, that it was led to oppress the public. In the public, there were agitators that they needed to be arrested. Everybody knows that. They try to enter the governmental plaza. That is incorrect. Yes, it was incorrect. But the level of violence, how it was increased, it was completely amazing. Completely amazing. You know, getting gas like this continuously, at first it was like, I can take it. You know, and the kids, look at this guy, my colleague right here, had a helmet, had all this equipment. I was like, what the hell? You know, I never thought that it was going to escalate like this. If I knew, I would ask the audience, hey, bulletproof, I need this, you know, can you guys help me? But I never thought that it was going to escalate like this. Never in my wildest dreams. And this is historical. Nobody thought that this could ever happen. Nobody. And we were doing it without no protection gear. You guys know that I'm a guy that doesn't like to show off with this, and that. I'm not that kind of guy. If I need it, I'll wear it. Look at this. Look at this scene. This is a police officer fighting hand to hand with a young kid protester. What kind of training these people have? Let me just ask. What kind of training these people have? That this is the way that they manage the situations. So I will play this clip. I'm gonna put the volume up so you guys can actually hear the petardo when it landed. They were throwing a lot of them. And that one landed on my chest and then landed on my feet. That one, you know, that one was the problem for me to get out. For me to get out. Totalmente incorrecto. Let me just respond to this. Rigo Paredes dice, aquí el único que ganó es Trump. No, totalmente incorrecto. Ganó el pueblo de México. ¿De qué hablas? No va a haber ninguna intervención. ¿De qué hablas? Tú estás pensando que esto es para que haya intervencionismo. Aquí no vengan con el diálogo de zurda de Morena. Ese es el diálogo para simplemente proteger al cártel y proteger al narco. Tenemos un problema, se llama crimen organizado, se llama cártel. Y está gobernando dentro del Palacio de Gobierno y da las órdenes a la Presidenta de México. Y es obvio, cuando sales a dar una declaración después del asesinato de un alcalde como Carlos Manzo y sales y dices que esto es que no se va a ir a guerra con el crimen organizado porque es ilegal, ¿qué te hace pensar? ¿Que es culpa de Calderón? Por el amor de Dios. Esto es la realidad de México. Y esto no estoy de acuerdo, pero de alguna manera tenía que pasar. Hold on, let me respond. De alguna manera tenía que pasar para que el mundo se diera cuenta de lo que estamos pasando. Y el mundo ya se dio cuenta. Let me put this volume up so you guys can hear I will put the video now. And let me just roll the video. Look at this confrontation. Look at this thing. This is amazing. This is incredible. Look at all these explosions, all this. This is whatever happened on Saturday. It was completely shocking. Now, let me fast forward the video. And I want for you guys to understand why am I fast forwarding this video, for you guys to understand. This video is going viral in Instagram right now. And I cut the video and I uploaded only this part because it is so disgusting what these ruthless police officers did to these young kids. Now, after they cleared the whole plaza, they started going after the young kids that they were just standing there. If you're a mercenary liberal activist, you're not going to stand vulnerable to the police officers. You're going to go and hide, right? These kids were just standing there. And they were being mistreated like this.
Piedras.
How can you be a police officer and do this? Let me just return this.
Piedras.
Look at that. Look at this police officer, right? Look at this. Throwing rocks into the population where there were businesses and people just scared that they did not know what to do. And you're throwing rocks to normal citizens. Now, I want you to see this video. How is fast forward? Because I was recording this, and God, thank you, they did not oppress me because I was talking mad about these people in front of them and in their faces. And now, look at this kid was standing right there. And he's grabbed by how many? Look at this guy right here. Look at these three. He was just standing there scared, not knowing what was going on. And then he gets pushed down and beat down by almost 10 of these cops.
Nada más esto. Aquí están agarrándose, peleándose fuertemente con un joven entre varios. Vean nada más.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One kid. 12.
10 para uno. Vaya, Dios mío, esto. Vean nada más.
Look how they're dragging a woman. Where are your human feminist rights, Shane Brown? That you so much protect the women, that so much you want to do all this inclusion of women? These are two men dragging a woman because they think that this woman was threatening or was a radical protester. This is how you treat the young people. I wish that you were this brave to treat the cartel like this. I wish that these cops will have the same amount of cojones to go and do exactly the same thing to the cartel members. But guess what? They're not going to do that. Look at this. how they drag this lady
Haz esto, hombre. Vean esto, nada.
with the propane tank right there, or whatever the gas tank, that possibly she was gassed. And
Más.
look at this young kid. Look at this young lady right here. She looks at the camera and said, I didn't do anything. I was not doing anything.
Vean esto, hombre.
Look at this young kid. Do you think that he's dressed like an Antifa member? Is he dressed like a radical activist? He's dressed like impersonating Carlos Manzo. And he got so beat up. You guys are going to see his face. And you know why he got beat up? Because he was telling the cops, why don't you join us instead of being against us? And this is the result. Look at that. Look at that. Híjole. How old do you think he is? How old do you think he is? 17? 18 years of age? How old? Look, my colleague right here, I'm going to take this picture. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Oh, man, let me remind myself this. I'm going to send this photo to my colleague. This is a great photo right here of him grabbing the hand of him. He's wearing a helmet. How old do you think he's 20? Look how, and they needed like 10 people. He's already beat up. Look at his eyes. Look at his lip. He has possibly a broken nose. No, he's not 30. You gotta be kidding me.
Qué bárbaro, golpeadísimo este joven, hombre.
Yo no hice nada,
Look at that.
por favor.
Ve nada más cómo lo tiene. Ya son como 10, hombre.
Levántalo, cárgalo bien.
Podemos parar, por favor, yo no hice nada.
That's horrible. Look at that. Yeah, tell me that is 30.
Yo no le pegué a nadie.
Jalón. Y avanza la barricada aquí. Otro más acá. Que agarran uno. El puesto se lo acaban de tirar. Lo están golpeando, brutal.
Look how many. How many. And look what they are doing when he's on the floor. There are like 10 of them, and they're getting beat up. And then these two police officers on the right, they go after my colleague because he was recording them. Look, it's the video.
Totalmente. Oscar Blue for Real America's Boys News.
It's just so incredible what happened. Everything, it was well documented, and we risked a lot. I'm not even going to say that we did it. We risked so much this time. And you know, I was talking to my mentor, Chuck Holton. He was preoccupied. And he called me and he said, Oscar, he sent me a message. Are you okay? I'm like, I'm at the hospital, because yesterday I was at the hospital. I came back walking to the hotel, and I was like, I'm in pain, man. I got the whole thing right here, purple. And I said, I'm in pain. I need to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, and a couple of these young kids that they knew me when I was there said, one of them, he gave me his number. And I said, like, hey, man, I got hurt. And he's like, I'm from here. Go to this place. I know a doctor, and he helped me out. So I went over there. They checked me. And I was like, man, I told Chuck, he said, you never got hit. You know, there were missiles flying on top of us in Israel and Ukraine. There was gunshots, and you got into a gunfight in the jungle, and you never got hit. But you go to your country, and it tells you how violent is your country, man. Your country is going through a war, and nobody wants to accept that it is a war inside of our country. That is a reality. When you do not accept that there is a war inside of our country, your president is going to say that it's illegal to go against the war against the cartels, and he's not going to name them terrorists. Just as simple as that. Listen to this video. This is my video of around 1 minute and 30 fraction seconds of all the interactions that I had with the gas and the explosion. It's just incredible. Look at this.
Shot. Toxic gas again. Toxic gas again. Look. Woo. Trying to prevent it from shooting. Look at that. Wow. It's shooting. Aventando gas todavía. Toxic experimental pellets to outside the protesters. Look, right here it's an example. Wow, wow. Ah. Woo. Ah. Hijo de su. Ajá. Sí, está bien. Ya. Sí. Todo bien, ya respiro. ¿Ya? Ya. Gracias.
Gobierno que tenemos.
It's one of the things that you say, and I went to there were other journalists that got more hurt. This is not, freedom of press. This is not freedom of press. Getting attacked like this and being targeted like this, and the press being targeted like this, it is not freedom of press. How many times do you think people got gassed up? It's just the coverage that we did. I think that it was incredible, unbelievable. And we went to the front lines because a lot of the press, they had these gigantic lenses that they don't have the necessity to go all the way to the front. And they got these drones and all this kind of stuff. So I had to go all the way to the front to get what I need. And it's just, it's unexplainable when you're right there and you see these young kids risking their lives because they want to send a message to say we're sick and tired of this cartel activity. We're sick and tired of this violence. We are sick and tired of all of this. It's just, what can you say? Somebody saying, do you have freedom of press in Mexico normally? Article 6 and 7 of the Constitution talk about freedom of speech and freedom of press. But it says, they say we have freedom of press, but Mexico is number 3 in the world for assassinations towards journalists. So I will, take into consideration the information and analyze yourself. Yes, somebody saying this is real life footage. Media did not show anything about this. No, they don't, because they don't like to get into the point that I like to get. Thank you so much. Why this protest happened? The assassination of Carlos Manzo, the mayor, was one of the, main situations and main circumstances why this got like this. I want to say thank you to the people that they have gone into the coffee link. Thank you so much. We need it so much. Let me just go right here. So war weapons, cartels, because the Constitution, yes. Okay. I will read your comments right now. Where should I go? Okay, view my page. Okay, okay, I'm gonna go to Vicky. Thank you so much. God bless you. Anonymous also. Karen, thank you so much. Margarita says, hope you make it home. Okay, God bless. Thank you so much. Vicky, thank you so much. Scarlett, thank you so much. No, I think that I'm in the wrong. These are, yes, this is the same. Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think that this is exactly the same. Yeah, thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I need your support more than ever right now. So you can fix it, Oscar and Blue Ramirez for president. No, I don't. I don't want to be a politician. When you're a politician, you change. So I want to continue to be the same. Praying to the Mexican people to get their country back and get rid of the cartels. That's the main reason why. After over 200 years of independence, the people of Mexico are fed up with the cartels and the corrupt Mexican politicians fed up with being suppressed in their own homeland. It has happened before, there has been a couple of risings of people, against the government, but this has ended in nowhere to be seen. And I think that today we have a movement that it is going to completely change the history. This is a lesson to everyone who supports leftist ideologies. What happens to your freedom is gone. Is this Antifa? What is happening? I will suggest you go back and watch the video. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Todos necesitan unirse contra los parásitos. Yeah, that's what we did today. Blue eyes. Well, as a journalist, I can't get involved. Right? There was a couple of places where I wanted to help, but I can't. You have to stay, and there was just so much anger. Like, oh my God, why are we doing this? And we're fighting each other, and the government is just laughing behind in closed doors. Miss Patsy Dijancomo says, so how's your foot doing? It's really swollen right now. It's like this. I'm limping. I'm in the hotel right now. The room is over there. So I'm constantly like limping. I hope that it gets better. Tomorrow I'm going to the doctor again. So I hope that it gets better. I hope that, the swelling is just only that. It's just the pain and the swelling. I think that he hit a nerve with the rock, and it was a big rock. Let me see if I have the video to show you guys the video of the video of this situation, which I, where is it? 6:16, 43 seconds, 35. Yes, right here. Let me just play the video. I'm going to play the video that I cut the bad words. There was a video that I was using profanity, and it is because I was extremely upset. And I apologize to my audience. I cut the bad words. So I did it for everybody, for them to see what was the situation and what was the current circumstance when I got hit with the rock. So let me see if I can put it on right here. So you guys can see it, and you guys can understand why am I saying all the things that we went through on this coverage, man. It was not easy. It was not easy at all. And we try to do our best with everything, but let me just so this is how we were at. So I want you to look at a couple of things, and I'm gonna pause because I think it's the video that I show. And I pause how big the rock is and how. So the confrontation was here. You see all these pieces of rock right here and pieces of cloth. These are explosives. Some of them are Molotov bombs. They were also fabricated. So how close we are from the barricade is extremely close. We were right there. The camera guy, it is on my right, and you're going to see him. Actually, you don't see how he's getting hit. I haven't analyzed the video like that, so I'm gonna go slow. But I want you to see how they were, the police officers, how they were throwing rocks at the journalists, particularly the journalist. The first rock, he threw it at me, and it was this big. It was a huge rock, and it was about to hit my face. If I didn't look that way, it would have hit me right in the face, and I don't know if I would have been right now conscious, in a coma, or alive. One of them three. So I'm gonna pause this video and explain little by little so you guys can understand. Thank you so much, Scarlett. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Buy me a coffee is right there. So let me just play the video. So on the right, you will see the camera guy far away, but let me just go ahead and play it.
Madre, güey.
You see that? That's the first rock. So I'm gonna return right here the clip. And I am going to just go little by little. And you see the rock right there on the top? It's coming towards me. And then you see how close it came? See how close it comes? You see? That was, and I took a screenshot. You guys can actually see the rock right here on the right. This was the first intent to hit me, because there was just like 4 of us right there recording. On the final video, on the final part of the video, you're going to see a couple of journalists that they were really beat up. Also, that they had blood on their hats. And also, thank you so much, Kim. Thank you so much. Also, Kim, thank you. God bless you. You guys are going to see that also. Look at what happens after.
Hijo de su madre.
Go to the camera guy. The camera guy got hit when the rock was thrown for the first time to me. So this is the camera guy right here, and he was standing, and the rock hit him on the right side, but he had to keep recording. So I go over there and I ask him if he's okay. And after that, the same guy that is right there in the middle of the barricade, the police officer, threw another rock into my leg, and it hit my ankle. This is actual raw video for you guys.
¿Estás bien? Okay.
So after this is where he throws the rock, and it landed on my ankle. Look where the rock comes and how it lands.
Oh, hijo. Oh, hijo. Okay.
So I'm a go slow.
Hey.
You see that? That's the rock right there. And they throw it from that side, and that's the rock that actually, it passes this guy's foot, that this guy is in front right here. That was the rock that actually hit me on my ankle. And you can see that it's actually a big rock. It's kind of like this. So that's the reason why my ankle is swollen like you guys don't even imagine. So I'm going to return the video so you guys can see the whole situation, how it developed.
¿Estás bien? Okay. Oh, hijo. Oh, mames, cabrón. Joder. Sí. Ay. Ah.
See this colleague right here? This colleague, it is a journalist also for another network. He has his camera, and he got hit with a rock on top of his head. There were a few of us that we were only going in there. This is another colleague right here that is standing right here in the front. He was wearing a gas mask. These guys had a fair advantage because they were wearing some vest, protection vest. I was not wearing that. But look at this. Look at my guy right here. Blood, head, press. 1, 2, myself 3, and the other guy that got hit 4. And all of us, we were beat up. So clearly they were targeting the press. This is the camera guy that he comes again and wants to see if I'm okay, because he actually saw the rock actually hitting my ankle. And I went over there and to ask him if he was okay. You know, we had to do several strategies to go and record. The strategy was that one of them had to go in the front. We were grabbing our hands. The other one in the back, like a choo-choo train, was looking up to see if there was a rock coming. So you can tell him by voice to the guy in the front, watch out. And then there was another guy in the back that it was just basically watching on the sides if something was coming from the sides. So that's how we were doing. I was doing that with this guy on the center part when they opened the gap of the border wall, not border wall, the gated wall, this barricade, metal wall, whatever you want to call it. It's, you know, it was kind of rough, but so I wanted to show you guys this video so you guys can understand how difficult was this coverage. It was nothing easy. It was really difficult. It was really, really difficult. I want to say thank you to all the people that they have been supporting with Buy Me a Coffee. God bless you. It helps me a lot to get home and go to the doctor. What is the result of this, you know, is a clear message to the government of Mexico. Clear message to the government of Mexico. Somebody saying, hard to see, please highlight next time. I will try to do my best if I have time. It's hard to see, you know, what is going to happen next time. When these young kids, they already establishing another protest in a few days. Why they're doing it? Because they want to make the government, they want to basically pressure the government this way. And they don't know who is doing this. They don't know who is organizing. There's no leader because there is no leader. There's no leader at all. Nobody is the leader of that movement. And it is a movement that is basically of young kids that they are sick and tired of this government, like we are. Like I have been saying to all of you guys, you know, we have the potential to be a first-class world country, but they don't let us be a world first-class world country because the mentality is keep the poor so they can keep voting for us. And they will have the idea that we are going to change them, but there's never going to happen because we're always going to blame the past governments or the cartel. So you have to have the cartel to keep the poverty level going. Because if you get rid of the cartel, what are you going to have now? You're going to have to release funds and release the money. Celeste Bocanegra says, how do I get the link to Buy Me a Coffee? You're done. It's pinned on, oh my God, you're on Facebook. I'm so sorry. Let me go on Facebook and pin the thing in the, where is it? Hold on. I'm sorry about that. I did not pin the link on Facebook. So I apologize for people that are there on Facebook. Let me see. Where is it? I'm supposed to be live. All right. There we go. We have some, and there we go. Boom. Pin comment. It is pinned right there on the chat. It is pinned right there on the chat, Celeste. Thank you so much. I will answer your questions. People want to ask questions. Karen, what building was behind the barricade? It is the governmental palace. It is the governmental palace. That's the palace where the president and, you know, the high rank officials, you know, are. Well, okay, thanks for sharing. It helps get the word and video out. This was enlightening for me. Okay. Pam Jackson, has the president of Mexico made a statement of this? Yes. She already said that these were agitators. That is a lie, that she has inevitable support, and that she will be forever and ever in government. That's what she said. And she said that they are invincible. Yeah. Tell me that you are a regime without telling me that you are a regime. It's clear as day. Bring Jesus into Mexico. All get worshiping. All get to worshiping Jesus and pray. Leave idols behind. Jesus needs to be all over the world, not only Mexico. But thank you. Yes, we need it. Another comment. Praying for all of you. Stay safe. And yes, you are correct. Thank you so much. The presidenta has downplayed the protests in her comments. Yes, absolutely. She needs to. She needs to downplay all the all the comments. President of Mexico is working with the cartels is obvious. Well, when you say that you're not going to war with them because it is illegal, it makes you understand that possibly there's a slight possibility. It's heartbreaking. Prayers up for the people of Mexico. Thank you so much. I don't see the copy link. It is pinned on the chat, on top of the chat. It's Francesco Hutron. Since the communist narco government arrived, the country has been bad in all aspects. The government defends drug traffickers and attacks citizens. Well, no, it defends cartel members. Celeste, thank you so much. My God, thank you. I just got right here the copy link. Thank you so much. Thank you, Celeste. Let's see. Cindy. Hola, Cindy. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Long time no see. Where have you been? Oscar Blue going to give praying for you. Thank you so much, Cindy. Muchas gracias. Let's go to another comment. The comments move. I cannot answer that question. No. We have the capacity to take out. Our military has the capacity. It is just a corruption. So we have the capacity. We only need pressure for them to do it, and exposure of dirty politicians. And we need help. Collaboration will be, but intervention. I'm not that guy. I cannot have that conversation. It says Jesus is in Mexico. He's in Mexico City, but free of choice is there as well. Yes, thank you so much. There's another comment. Oscar, we had to get you out of there and your family. Prayer changes lives, so possibly one day. Let's see another comment. Ms. Karen says right here, God is everywhere, but God gave us that pesky thing called free will. I'll get us in trouble for sure. David Adamson says, praying for you all. Stay safe, Oscar. Thank you so much. Says, long time no see. Yes, I know what's going on with you, man. Kelly England, your video was the only first hand I've seen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oscar wants Mexico's own military to get rid of the cartels. Well, I think that we have the capacity to do so, and it is our responsibility. And it is like you're asking a 15-year-old to go to the bathroom and wipe his butt when he's already old enough to know how to do it. We just need pressure. And this is other pressure that actually is going to push the president and make them uncomfortable. It's making everybody uncomfortable right now because they're getting exposed. So Oscar won't leave. He's staying to defend. You got something about that, right? You got something about that, right? but the president doesn't want an intervention. Let's talk about some other circumstances of collaboration with technology and how to get rid of them and cut their finances, because their finances are coming through the United States of America. Remember, the number one currency of making money, it is the dollar. So we need to cut their finances. That's what we need to do. Make them weak. Sonia Villalobos says, how is it right now? Did it calm down? Yes, it is calmed, but the Gen Z organization, or whatever it is, this group of people, they are making another protest on the 20th of November. So actually, it is, I don't think that it will calm down. I think that there's going to be more demonstrations during the week, and also in other parts of the country. There's going to be more demonstrations. This is going to grow more. People are sick and tired, man. They're really tired. Mexicans in the USA need to stand up with their own. Yeah, you're right about that, but they only stand with the Democrats. And I'm not saying that as a good thing. I'm saying that as a bad thing. It's not about a political party. It's standing for what is right. Sometimes you got to leave what is, a political party and be a constitutionalist and just be a normal human being. Are they protesting only happening in Mexico? It happened more than 70 plus cities around the country. Mexico is Oscar's home. I don't think he wants to leave his home. Will you want to leave your home? No, I don't want to leave my home. Although I think Tijuana is one of the most dangerous cities in the world, but I grew up here, so it's really hard. And also other places in Mexico, they're beautiful to live. So, we don't, I don't want to get into, sentimental details with that. We have come a long way from your Karen skits. I miss that. Hey, how you doing with the Karen skits? Mexico is a rich country, but there has been so much corruption in the government that the money, it is being allocated to the politicians and not for the people. Yes, centralized in the federal funds. Absolutely. It's comment. Mexicans are very angry, so don't expect them to be quiet anymore. Yes, absolutely. You need to get a gas mask and a helmet. Well, if somebody wants to be, a good person and wants to donate for me to get a mask and a helmet, that'll be a lot of help. It will greatly help to get an equipment. That it's happening in America with illegals. That's another topic. Do the Mexican people have the will to end? Do the Mexican people have the will to end the cartel? Specifically, I mean, an El Salvador level of anti-cartel action. The Mexican people are willing to do whatever it takes to get our country to where we need it to get. The problem is that we don't have a Second Amendment like you guys have. The problem is that, there's the fear of the cartels always extortioning, kidnapping, killing, assassinating, dismembering, all this kind of stuff. And that is a problem. So these protests, I think there is a way to unstable the situation of them pressuring them and making also the organized crime uncomfortable, that the people are not happy with their level of violence. And in a way, they have to fix it. So we're standing, man. We're doing it. Why can't Mexico see what El Salvador did with their gang problem? They have more resources. Exactly. I will ask that question to you. Why it took so long for you to designate Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization? Why you allowed Black Lives Matter to destroy cities? Why you allowed a border to be penetrated and be the most trafficking in history with 350,000 children under the Biden administration? There's a lot of questions that we can ask fast, you, me. I think that the issue right here is something that is being done. And God will help us to prevail, and God will help us to do what we need to do to prevail. Yes, well, so sad to see how much violence in our beautiful place of Alegría. Ay, hijo de su madre. Sí, tienes toda la razón. I pray for people in Mexico. You need to have freedoms of humanity and not live in. Hold on. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Muchas gracias. Oscar has been called by God to fight his evil war. Thank you so much. I got to tell you guys, I've been getting all these comments from these young kids that they have been telling me, thank you so much, sir. And in a way, I felt like an older guy yesterday. I was at the protest. Let me just tell you this funny experience with these young kids. And it happened when the petardo landed and the explosion landed. I go and try to grab air, and the kids were helping me get water and all this. And one of them is like, you need to remove your microphone, all of it, get your shirt off. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I can breathe now. And I cut the video, and I said to three of them, this is not okay, kids. Like, we need to control ourselves. And they tapped me on my back like an older man, and they said, you have done well, sir. Like, it's our turn now to force this to be fixed, but you have done a good job. And now they follow me on my social media, and they have seen all the work that we have done, and they're like, we have an ally now. We have a big name of an ally now with us, and we want to keep you with us. So it has created some kind of like a trustworthy relationship, so I can help them with my journalism to expose the injustice that we're living with the organized crime and the cartel. So in that way, I felt like an older guy, but I felt like I led with some example to them. And it made me feel proud of myself about my work and what I have risked so much my life for my country and to expose a lot of things that have been happening. She can label the Mexican population agitators, but the people are revolting. Yeah. Imagine, calling them agitators. In the video that I just showed you, a woman being dragged through the floor. That's amazing. I just responded to you, Tony. Somebody said, Lorraine, how you doing? Says, hi, Oscar. Silvia Johnson, Viva la Raza. You have come a long way. Miss Patsy Giancomo says, covering the caravans. Could these protests be funded by right-wing groups? It was already been confirmed that no, it was not funded by, and it was not politically funded. It was funded by a group of young kids. That they are students. Some of them, they went to meetings. They were. I had an X space right now, and a lot of them, they jumped in there and they explained how they got together and they saved up money and they looked for sponsors, and they did all this kind of stuff. And sponsors, I mean, like, let's go to the pizza place that they want to sponsor a flag, or they want to sponsor the logo, or they want to sponsor this. And these are young kids. These are not, 30, 40-year-olds, that they look to take advantage of this situation. Oscar, you can set up an Amazon wish list so we can help you with the mask. And says help you with the mask. Let me see. Yeah, that will be good. And help me. Thank you so much. Yes. I'm from Wisconsin. With the Mexican people stick. Iron says, will the Mexican people stick to the course, or will they fade? We are a people of pride. So we started something, and let's just see if we can finish. That is justice and peace with no violence. The government is not afraid of you or the citizens of Mexico because you give up your guns. Incorrect. They are completely panicking right now because they know that the people have waken up. We don't have guns. We don't have, your Second Amendment, but we have a big heart, and we are willing to lift our voice and as a journalist to continue to expose the situation in our country. Sylvia Johnson says, we are asking you questions. Are you? Did not answer your question? Let me go back. Did I said something wrong? I apologize if I said something wrong. I don't know. Benny also, what is Shane Bound and how often do you vote when you in office? Where is Shane Bound? She was in the birthday of AMLO in Palenque in Tabasco, and she's returning now. And how often do you vote new in office? 6 years. We're going. She's only 1 year in, so we got 5 more years of this torture. Stay on point about Mexico issues. It's my platform, so I'm going to be really respectful to you. It's my platform, so if I want to talk about corn, I will talk about corn. But God bless you. Let me see right here. I want no, and so okay. You are the role model. Well, I understood something like that today, and it made me feel proud about myself. I don't want to be remembered as a famous guy or something like that. It's just a good human being will be more than enough. Let me just get my cord for my charger because I'm running out of battery. Hold on. Ching. Ah. Mm. Mm. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Says this is not a place for U.S. on the ground. Mexico needs to stand for its country and the people. Being very brave. Thank you so much. It probably helps the young people. Good to know that they're not alone. Yeah, it's different. Okay. We will pray for you and thank you so much. Oscar, you make my heart full, and I've not felt that. God bless you. I will go more right now to the bottom. Jay Mitchell says at the same point, Cassandra, look at the crowds. You can tell me they don't have family in there. Okay, let me read it. The police and politicians probably have family in the protesters' side. At some point, I think some of the police could stand down, look at those crowds. You can't tell me they don't have family in it. No, I don't understand your comment, but kind of incorrect. What will happen if the police start shooting? Well, we will have another Venezuela. Remember, Venezuela protests are the ones that they have represented more as people fighting for their country. The Venezuelans have been, the ones that they have put an example to the world, how they have violated their human rights and nobody has defended them. And one of the protests led to 43 students being killed by the government because they were protesting against the regime. So hopefully hopefully it never happens. Thank you so much, UN Hush Able Me. I want to read your comment, but I want to make it a little. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. sure that your foot is not a fracture? I don't know. I haven't. I want to go to the doctor, but I don't want to spend some cash. So I'm waiting to get to Tijuana. I'm just dealing with the pain, ibuprofen, and that's about it. 800 milligrams. I'm about to take one right now because it's throbbing. You know when it throbs, like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's throbbing right now. Come on. If I will be with Ben Berquan right now, and if I will have this ankle, he will look at me and it's like, so what are you identifying today as a tranny? And I'll be like, no, man. Grow a pair. So, I don't know what's going on with it. It's swollen. But it's just a foot. Okay. Oscar says, trying to buy you a coffee, but link doesn't work. Go outside and go to the link. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sitting here, limbo, waiting for this tie turn. Okay. Can you fix the link? I want to donate. I just put it again. Let me put the link again and see if I just put it in the chat and you guys see it. Come on. Let's just copy it right here. Go to the chat. Hijo de la. A ver, ojalá funcione esta cosa. There you go. It's right there. I just put it on the comment section. So it's going on the comments. If you want to press it, go ahead. Reading all your comments. This is good. Praying for you, Oscar, and that the Lord protects, covers you, and keeps you safe as you go into the lion's den. Thank you so much. God bless you. This is so sad. I teach folklorico to kids. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't like explaining violence to the kids. They see so much already. Yeah. You're in Mexico? I'm sorry, but your moaning sounds funny. You got the footage, though. You're the winner. Well, we complain differently over here. Cafecito, how are you doing? How are you? Bendiciones. God bless you. I'm no doctor, but you need ice on that ankle to help you. The swelling, we have acronym, rice, rest, ice. I don't have nothing right here, so I just asked for ice, and they brought a bucket. I already put it in there for a little while, so, please go see a doctor. I want to... The link is right there on the bottom, Elsa. Thank you so much. What happened to your foot? The protest, they threw a rock in my police officer, threw a big rock into my foot. I played the video a few minutes ago. We need you to go to the doctor to cover the next protest. This guy. We need you to go to the doctor so you can get hurt next time in the head, and we can cover that also. These people, man. Oh, my God. Canada will be 51st state, and Mexico will be 52nd state. I don't think that can happen. Not in your wildest dreams, buddy. If anyone wants to donate me, I have a real job. Here comes the troll. So I'm a journalist. I work for different networks, and all the media people that work in media, for you, Bozo, and all the people that work like Tim Pool, all these people, they work and they inform, and the people that they want to contribute, they will. So good luck. You are banned and deleted from the comments, my friend. Bam, you're done. I'm not going to have it with you guys anymore. I'm not in that mood right now to be conversating with bozos like you. You need to make an Amazon wish list, helmet, goggles, and some medical supplies. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tiny Dancer. Thank you. Well, it's not only the moaning. If you guys, I don't want you guys to, hear my cussing when my bad words when it happened. I really let him have it. Salinas, California. Okay, you're a little far away. This is like 2 hours from Tijuana. Soak in Epsom salt and very warm water. Please try. Fix it. Thank you. We wet a face cloth or hand towel and wrap it in the ice. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for joining in. It has been a good live. I think that you guys understand. Oh wow, Jeff. Thank you so much. Jeff says, thanks for all you do. Thank you so much, Jeff. God bless you. Thank you. You know, what happened on Saturday was historic for us because I think that, you know, there has to be a point where everything has to change, right? And it happened to us this Saturday. And it happened into a place that we never thought that it was going to happen. I never thought that it was going to get this radical. This is why I was just like wearing my Real American Sports shirt, and I had a pañuelo, you know, something to cover my face in case some explosion might have happened. We never thought that it was going to happen. And I was with a guy that it was behind me. So, you know, when you get there, you see all these things happening. Let me just put the video again so you guys can see how hardcore it was, man. Look at this.
Shot. Toxic gas again. Toxic gas again. Look. Woo. Trying to prevent them from shooting. Look at that. Wow. They're shooting.
¡Están usando machetes, los hijos de su puta madre!
Aventando gas todavía. Toxic experimental pallets to outside the protesters. Look, right here it's an example. Wow, wow. Woo. Sí, está bien. Sí, todo bien, ya respiro. Ya. Gracias.
Gobierno que tenemos.
It's really entertaining. One of those things that you are kind of a God, you know, one of those things that you just it's incredible. I think one of those things that you don't think that it could ever happen, and it happened. And thanks to God that there was no people that you know, there were people that got brutally hurt, but they survived. So there was nobody that died. That's one of the things that I was a little afraid that it will happen. On myself, I was concerned at a moment that I was not wearing a helmet. So I was like, you know, I had to continue with the coverage, because if I pulled out, I was not going to get like the good stuff, right? So I was like, no, I can't get out. So I need to go to the front. It's like, what the hell with it? You know, if it happens, it happens. If I get hit, I get hit. And then I got hit by this petardo, and it's like, oh my God. Then I got out, and you know, I said, I need to go need to go in again. So I was walking around, seeing where it was a little bit more safer, and then I went in. And that place that it was safer, it got really radical. And then as when I got hit with the rocks, I was like, what the hell am I doing? I need to see where now I can stand, because I'm not going to get more footage. And I got out, then I got back in. I was like, the hell with it, you're not going to get me out. And I went in there, you know, and I did what I had to do. Tomorrow we're going to be with Eric Bolin, Mr. Eric Bolin. Tomorrow we're going to be with him, broadcasting giving to you guys live in our network. You know, Oscar Ramirez TJ, that's my X account. You know, so tomorrow we're going to be with our network. Monday and Tuesday we're going to be with our network, so people can actually, actually can see this. I don't know what is going to happen next with the press. You know, a lot of the press got really badly hurt, and I'm not going to lie about that. A lot of people got really hurt. And it was a concern to us, because that was two things. You know, on the bad side, it showed the lack of irresponsibility of the authorities, that they're not even trained. Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you so much. They're not even trained to basically handle these kind of situations, man. Thank you so much. Buy me a cafecito break. Thank you so much. And that was the most disappointing thing. That was incredibly disappointing, because you see how they're mistreating people. You see how their behavior. You see their arrogance, their soberbia, their prepotence. You see all this attitude. It's like, where did this came from? And it is the leftist agenda to say, you're not better than me. You're not equal to me. I'm the power. I'm the authority. You're just scum. And that's the attitude that I got from these officers. And on the other side also, it was that there was a 16-year-old that got really hurt with a petardo, with an explosive. I got that video, and I will show it during the week. She had a big hole like this in her leg. 16 years old. And her father was brutally upset. Like, it was because they were just yelling Carlos Manso, that it was the mayor, that it was assassinated. And it's just so unfair. You know, it's those kind of things are the ones that they really disappointed me. You know, and also the oppression to the press. That was surprising for me, man. I never thought that we were going to get a hit like that. That these people actually had the freedom to say, go ahead and do what you got to do with the press. Go ahead and if they got to get kicked, if they have to be punished, if they have to do whatever they have to do, go ahead and do what you have to do. You know, do what you got to do. And that was pretty much radical, you know, when you're seeing it, when you're seeing your colleagues be on the ground bleeding, and they're looking at you, and it's like, let's go. And it's like, it motivates you to say, like, what am I doing here? Let's go, man. But at the same time, you're just seeing how we're getting hurt, and it is not fair. You know, for us to work on these type of circumstances, it's not even safe. On a good side, I will tell you that this was historic, whether it was bad, whether it looked bad, whether it was badly handled. It sent a message to the world. Immediately when the videos came out, Barron Trump tweeted a video. Ivanka Trump tweeted a video. You know, the guy that works on, what is it called? Alex Jones tweeted the video. Tim Pool tweeted the video. All these big names tweeted the video. And it is a reminder to people to understand that it worked. The message to the world, it was, we're going through a situation right now that it is unbearing. Like, we cannot handle the violence anymore of the cartel. It's surpassing our life. So this is the reason why it worked. The police had machetes, and one guy must had got it in his hand. Yes, they were having machetes, and they were not trying to hit us like this, but they were on the other side, slapping on the face and on the hands. They were throwing machetes. So I believe that, and immediately I could have been the one that broke all the videos, on social media, which you guys understand that that's not the principality of my work and the ethic of my work. My mindset is to get the job done. So I will do whatever it takes, even if I get to get hurt, sick, or whatever, until I get the job done. I will be sure that my job is well done. So that's why a lot of people got the videos firsthand of what was happening. I could have got out of the protest and then go and tweet and edit and then go back in, but I'm not that guy. So I stay there, I tear gas, bombed, hurt. Then after, when I saw that it was over, I said, okay, now it's time to go back, relax for a little bit, because my ankle was hurting, my everything, my body was hurting. So I had to go back home, and I finished editing about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So it was late because I had go to this doctor that they recommended me, that it was going to help me, and all this kind of stuff. How are your eyes after the tear gas? Man, I never thought that it was going to have this consequence, but I have a socket. Like, you can see this socket right here, and it was all green. Look at this. You can actually see dark right here also. It was bad. It was bad at first. It was all green. It was green. My face was all green. And apparently the side effects of this tear gas and these petardos, bombs, or whatever it's called, explosives, the effect is that it affects your body. It really hurts you. So the side effects next day, I felt like I felt really sore. I was like, "What's going on?" It was the rock, and it was in the ankle. And it was the petardo that was right here on this side. But why my back is hurting? Why my head is hurting? Why my whole left side of my body is hurting? Like, what's going on? Like, it's just this side, man. Like, you get out of town. So I started reading about it, and then I called a couple of guys that I know, and like, yeah, those are the side effects that that you're gonna get, man. Like, you need to, because I wanted to go out. I wanted to go to La Basilica to see a Virgin Mary of Guadalupe, and I wanted to go see her, and then come back, to the hotel. But I didn't have no energy whatsoever to do it. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay home, and I asked for a club sandwich, and that was about it. I was like, I'm just gonna sleep it in. On Sunday, I'm like, I don't have the energy to go out, man. They probably had bad chemicals in it. You know what? There was a person that was there reporting also, and they said that that the water that they were throwing, because they were throwing some kind of water, and it was kind of warmed, but it had something in it that it was enabling for you to breathe really quick, and it affected your breathing. Like, it made you tired or something like that. It was weird, because they were throwing water up, and what is the whole purpose of throwing it up? And just, people getting their heads up and like, oh, it's water. Oh, okay, don't worry about it. Let us get wet. Like, why? It's water throwing like water. In that case, use the chemical gas that you were throwing, or the toxic gas. because I can show you again the video, and you guys, let me show you the report video again. It's 5 minutes. Show you the video, and you actually gonna see, you're actually gonna see the water how it's being. Let me just put the video.
The Mexican young guys, young kids are protesting. They're shooting. They're shooting toxic gas behind, and all the barricades just shot toxic gas. Shots have been fired right here at the barricade. Shot toxic gas again. They're shooting toxic gas all over the place. Oscar Blue located right here at the epicenter of the line where the protests keep happening, and they keep shooting toxic gas outside of the barricades from the authorities into the young men like this, that they're protesting and they're demanding justice for the assassination of Carlos Manzo. What the hell was that? Madre. Ah! Woo! See, they keep shooting toxic gas. Frustration.
You see that water right there? You see that? Look, good that I have that video, man. This is what I wanted to show. You see that water? Why you're shooting water up? What's the whole point of that water? And that water landed on my head, and I was like, what the hell is this water? It's a weird water. It was bubbly, like it's water. You see that, guys? Can you see that? Just tell me if you can see it, so you guys can tell me. Elsa, thank you. Oh my God, Elsa, thank you so much. Are you there, Elsa? Thank you so much. God bless you. So you can go to the doctor. Thank you so much. Now, you see that water right there? What the hell are you doing with that water, man? What do you think that water is for? Like, what's the whole purpose of shooting the water? If you're shooting the toxic gas through the little holes of the metal wall, why you're shooting water? What's the whole purpose? So apparently what they were explaining to me is that they are, apparently they're explaining to me that there's infiltrated people all the way to the back, all the way to the middle, and all the way to the front. So apparently the guys in the middle, what they do is that they throw these kind of explosive pills on the ground that they make you itch, right? And this water, it makes you, it makes it burn. Something like that, they were doing it. So it's kind of like a two effect. So they throw the things in the ground, and then that heat goes out, and then you start scratching. And then the water lands, and then it burns. So it's crazy what they were doing. This is why it hit the water. I didn't understand what they were doing.
El hartazgo, look at that. Look what they're shooting. They're shooting to the sky. My God. Shooting what? They just grabbed their hose. They keep shooting toxic gas right here. Ooh-wee. La barricada está cayendo. Wow, wow. Ah.
¡Recibir abrazos, culeros! ¡Vamos a rodearlos!
Unbelievable, the confrontation. The National Guard is being pushed back right now. As they are rushing forward.
It was entertaining. Well, I'm going to end this live. Thank you so much for your inevitable and incredible support on this live. God bless you. You guys have been awesome. God bless you. Thank you so much. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, that is where I post the most. There's some really viral videos over there. I'm gonna write it down how I am in Instagram. Let me just go and see how am I in Instagram. Man, I'm what is going on, Oscar Blue? What is going on with you, man? Oh, okay. This is the way I am on Instagram. Yeah, that's the way I am on Instagram. Right there are the comments. You're going to see it on YouTube and Facebook. That's the only place where I answer inbox. I have somebody that manages my X account. I got like 3 people over there to manage my X account. But Instagram is the only one that is the only one that I answer inbox. So, so thank you so much for your inevitable, incredible support. Hope you guys enjoy this live feed. It has been nice talking to you guys. God bless you. Stay safe. And I will go to the doctor now. Thank you for that. God bless you. Take care. And like we always say, God's plan, it is our mission. Take care.